Let us continue solid state. In solid state, we'll continue, we'll take magnetism. We'll take magnetism, we'll take. We are discussing magnetism in the solid state. Sorry. First, we'll take a atom, we will take. In the atom, we will consider electron. Electron in the atom, we will consider. Electron is a tiny particle. Electron is a tiny particle, we can say, or wave, we can say, or cloud, we can say. In any manner, we can say electron. Sorry. This electron is revolving around the nucleus. It is revolving around the nucleus in the sense charge is traveling. Charge is traveling. Charge is traveling in the sense that is called current. Charge is traveling in the sense that is called current. And it is traveling in the sense, it is revolving around the nucleus in the sense mechanical energy, we can say. It is moving around the nucleus, therefore mechanical energy. So when electron revolves around the nucleus, that means current and a mechanical energy is there. When these two energies are there, what is the another energy will be produced? What is the another energy will be produced, do you say? Electron is revolving around the nucleus. That means charge is traveling. Charge is traveling in the sense current. And it is traveling in the sense work, that is called mechanical energy. So when mechanical energy and electrical energy are there, two energies are there, mechanical energy and electrical energy is there. When mechanical energy and electrical energy is there, what is the third energy will be produced? What is the third energy will be produced for this electron? What is the third energy will be produced, do you say? This electron in the atom. You are taking atom, in the atom electron is present. This electron is moving around the nucleus and also spinning in its own axis. Due to that, electrical energy and mechanical energy is there, we have seen. Mechanical energy and electrical energy. Electrical energy and mechanical energy are present. Due to presence of these two energies, the third energy will be produced. What is that third energy called? What is the third energy called, we will say? What is the third energy is called? Third energy is called what? What energy will be produced, do you say? Or what field will be produced? As per Fleming's left-hand rule. As per Fleming's left-hand rule, what energy will be created? As per Fleming's left-hand rule, three energies will be involved, isn't it? If two energies, if we supply, third energy will be produced automatically, we will say. Third energy will be produced automatically. Okay. So here two energies, what means? One is electrical energy, another one is mechanical energy. So what is the third energy will be produced? What is the third energy is produced, shall we say? What is the third energy? Fleming's left-hand rule you take. In the Fleming's left-hand rule, one is electrical energy, we are saying. Another one is mechanical energy. Here, this electron is revolving around the nucleus. Electron means charged particle, negatively charged particle. It is traveling in the sense charge is traveling. Charge is traveling means current is moving. Current is moving means electrical energy. And it is traveling in the sense that is called mechanical work. So mechanical energy and electrical energy are there due to traveling of electron. Due to these two energies, due to electrical energy and mechanical energy, third energy will be produced. What is the name of third energy? Shall we say that is a magnetic field? Sir. So we are saying that is called what means magnetic field, we are saying. So since magnetic field is produced, this electron is acting as what means we can say electron is acting as tiny magnet. Okay. Since magnetic field, due to magnetic field produced, electron is acting as a tiny magnet. Tiny magnet in the sense electron is having dipole. Electron is having acting as a dipole. Dipole in the sense one end is acting as north, another end will act as south. So electron is acting as a tiny magnet. We are saying in this tiny magnet we can say north pole and south pole. We can say dipole will be there. Electron will have dipole. So dipole in the sense one pole is north pole, one pole is south pole. Like this we can say for electron. Now we will take what in the sense hydrogen molecule. We will take in the hydrogen molecule 2 electrons present. For one electron tiny magnet is like this, that is north pole south pole like this, north pole south pole like this will give, and for another electron will give north pole south pole like this. So two poles attract each other. So what is a net magnetic moment? That we will see. What is a net magnetic moment due to these two electrons? Net magnetic moment means this magnetic moment and this magnetic moment cancel with each other. So net magnetic moment is how much? Means 0, because these two electrons are paired. So two electrons are paired in the sense we can say net magnetic moment is 0, we can say. Suppose 3 electrons are there. 3 electrons means we will write 1s2 2s1. So 1s2 2s1 means 1s2 contains 2 electrons, 2s contains 1 electron. This electron is a tiny magnet. This magnetic moment and this magnetic moment cancel with each other. Only this electron magnetic moment we have to consider. So this unpaired electron, this unpaired electron is having magnetic moment. We can say this unpaired electron is having magnetic moment, we can say. So for this molecule, resultant magnetic moment is that is due to this electron. So for the atom, which electrons responsible for magnetic moment in the sense unpaired electrons. So unpaired electrons responsible for magnetic moment for an atom. Okay, so if the atom is having unpaired electrons, then it is having magnetic moment, we can say. Okay, so if atom is having unpaired electrons, then it is having net magnetic moment. If the atom is not having unpaired electrons, then net magnetic moment is 0. So net magnetic moment is 0 if there is no unpaired electrons. If there is unpaired electrons, net magnetic moment will be there. So if the atom is having unpaired electrons, then net magnetic moment will be there. Then that atom is called a paramagnetic substance. If the atom is not having unpaired electrons, then net magnetic moment is 0. Then that is called a diamagnetic substance. Then in metals, how it will be there? In metals and compounds, how regarding this will be there, that we will see. So in metals and compounds, in some other form will be there, that is what means domains. Domains will be there. Domains means what? Means it is a group of metal ions. It is what means group of metal ions, we can say. Group of metal ions, we can say. Group of metal ions means we will take a metal ion, we'll take one metal ion, we'll take. In this metal ion, if unpaired electron is present, in this metal ion, if unpaired electron is present means, then it will have magnetic moment. The magnitude of magnetic moment depends on number of unpaired electrons. One unpaired electron means for that magnetic moment will be there. If more number of unpaired electrons will be there, then magnetic moments will be added up. So that number of unpaired electrons based on number of unpaired electrons, magnetic moment of metal ion will be there. Based on number of unpaired electrons, magnetic moment of metal ion will be there. Have we got idea? Sir, suppose we will take what in the sense iron metal will take. In the iron metal ion in the sense Fe2 plus possibilities there, or Fe3 plus possibilities there. Fe2 plus configuration is what means argon 3d6, we can say. So here unpaired electrons how much means 4. Unpaired electrons how many means 4. Fe3 plus, if you take, it is configuration is argon 3d5, 3d5 in the sense 5 unpaired electrons. So that if the nature of atom is varying, then number of unpaired electrons will vary. Suppose you take nickel. Nickel, if you take in that metal ion is Ni2 plus, for that argon 3d8. 3d8 in the sense, how many unpaired electrons we can say? 2 unpaired electrons we can say. So that based on the metal ion, number of unpaired electrons vary. Number of unpaired electrons vary means magnetic moment also vary. The magnetic moment is equal to what? Square root of n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton. Magnetic moment is what? Means square root of n into n plus 2. N is called number of unpaired electrons. Based on number of unpaired electrons, magnetic moment will be there. So magnetic moment is equal to square root of n into n plus 2. N is called number of unpaired electrons. Based on number of unpaired electrons, magnetic moment will say. So that if metal ion is varying, magnetic moment also vary. Because you see Fe2 plus and Ni2 plus, you see Fe2 plus means number of unpaired electrons 4. Ni2 plus means number of unpaired electrons 2. So that if metal ion is varied, number of unpaired electrons will be varied, then magnetic moment also will be varied. So metal ion will have magnetic moment if it has unpaired electrons. Now a group of metal ions is called domain. Okay, a group of metal ions is called domain. Why we have taken domain? In order to explain some more types of magnetism. Just if you want paramagnetic means, just you see unpaired electrons. If unpaired electrons are there, then we can say paramagnetic. If unpaired electrons are not there, then we can say diamagnetic. So some other magnetism is there. Suppose ferromagnetism, antiferromagnetism, ferrimagnetism is there. To explain that, we want domains. So using domains only, we will explain ferromagnetism, antiferromagnetism, ferrimagnetism we will explain. So we are considering domains. What is meant by domains? Domains means a group of metal ions. So first we will take metal ion. If metal ion is having unpaired electrons, then we can say metal ion is having magnetic moment. That number of unpaired electrons of a metal ion depending on its nature. Now you see Fe2 plus means how many unpaired electrons are there? See 4. Ni2 plus means how many unpaired electrons are there? See 2. So that if metal ion is varied, number of unpaired electrons will be varied, then magnetic moment will be varied. So now we have taken domains. Domain means a group of metal ions. Domain is having net magnetic moment. Domain is having net magnetic moment means sum of these. This resultant we have taken. So domain is having net magnetic moment. So how these domains will be arranged in particular order in the substance. So now we will take a substance. Substance in the sense it may be metal or it may be compound, anything. So in this domains will be there. Domains will be oriented in particular manner. Suppose one domain is like this direction. That means net magnetic moment of domain is like this. Net magnetic moment of one domain is like this. Another domain, net magnetic moment of another domain is like this. Next domain is present like this. Next domain is present like this. Next domain is present like this. Next domain present like this. Another domain. Next domain. Like this, domains will be arranged. Domains will be present like this in a given substance. So domains alignment is like this. Domains alignment is like this in a given substance. So in a given substance, how domains arranged, you have got an idea. So now, due to this like this arrangement, this substance will have net magnetic moment. Net magnetic moment will be some value will be there. This net magnetic moment means we can say comparison in the sense more or less we can say, or sometimes zero also we can say. So domains in a substance is arranged like this. For this net magnetic moment will be there. That net magnetic moment will have some value or zero. If it is having value, by comparison we can say more or less we can say. Okay. If net magnetic moment is there, then will it attract magnet? If net magnetic moment is there, then will it attract magnet? Here net magnetic moment is there, will it attract magnet? Will it attract magnet? If net magnetic moment is there, then will it attract magnet or not? Okay. So here net magnetic moment is more, then this substance will attract magnet in what way? Here net magnetic moment is less, then this substance will attract magnet in what way? Where strong attraction will be there, where weak attraction will be there. So now we can say here net magnetic moment is more, so this substance is attracting this magnet strongly. Here for this substance net magnetic moment is less, so this substance is attracting magnet to a weak extent. Okay. So the substance which attracts magnet strongly is called what means ferromagnetic substance. The substance which is attracting magnet weakly is called what means ferrimagnetic substance. The substance for which net magnetic moment of all the domains is zero, that is called antiferromagnetic substance. Antiferromagnetic substance. Okay. So the substance which is attracting magnet strongly is called a ferromagnetic substance, which is attracting weakly is called ferrimagnetic substance, for which the substance for which net magnetic moment due to all the domains is zero, that is called a antiferromagnetic substance. Antiferromagnetic substance we can say. So then this ferromagnetic substance we will take now. We will take ferromagnetic substance. Ferromagnetic substance we are taking. This substance is placed in what means external magnetic field. So this ferromagnetic substance is placed in what means external magnetic field. It is placed in a external magnetic field. It is placed in external magnetic field. Ferromagnetic substance is placed in external magnetic field. What will happen? Ferromagnetic substance is placed in external magnetic field. While what happens means this external magnet will have magnetic field direction, no? Sorry, that direction will take like this. Direction of external magnet. Magnetic field direction. Magnetic field direction of external magnet. That will take. Magnetic field direction of external magnet is like this. Now, what about domains in ferromagnetic substance? Now, each domain will have net magnetic moment. Okay. Now, first domain of ferromagnetic substance, for that magnetic field will be in this direction parallel to magnetic field of magnet. Next domain of ferromagnetic substance will have direction of magnetic field parallel to magnetic field of external magnet. So like this, all the domains of ferromagnetic substance will have magnetic field direction parallel to magnetic field of external magnet. So all the domains magnetic field direction is parallel to magnetic field direction of external magnet. Like this, all the domains of ferromagnetic substance will be aligned in the presence of external magnetic field. So, after some time, let us remove this external magnetic field. Let us remove. Okay, let us remove external magnet. So external magnetic field is removed. External magnetic field is removed after some time. After the removal of external magnetic field, in the alignment of domains, there is no change at all. There is no change at all. Sir, now all these domains are arranged like this. Due to that, we will get a net magnetic moment we will get. Now, for this, what is the net magnetic field direction means? That net magnetic field direction is like this. Net magnetic field direction is so and so. Net magnetic field direction we have shown. Now you say that for this substance, net magnetic field direction is like magnet or not, you think. For this substance, now net magnetic moment, net magnetic field direction is as like magnet or not, you say. Then you say, now this substance shall we call it as magnet or it is not magnet? What do you say? Now, do you say this substance is called a magnet or it is not magnet? It is just like a substance we have to say. What shall we say regarding this? What shall we say regarding this? Shall we say this substance is called a magnet, shall we say? Or we should not say this is as a magnet? What do you think? Sir, so we will repeat this one again, we will repeat. Now we will take particularly Fe, we will take iron, we will take this iron metal lattice, we will take iron metal lattice, we will take. In this iron metal lattice, what is there means kernels present. Kernels present. What is the kernels? What is the kernels in the sense? Fe2 plus ions. Fe2 plus ions are kernels in the iron metal lattice. So how the Fe2 plus ions will be there? How the Fe2 plus ions will be there means Fe2 plus ions will be arranged like this. Kernels take particular positions in the lattice. Kernels take particular positions in the lattice. Okay. Kernels taking particular positions. Kernels taking particular position in the lattice. Then we will take delocalized electron cloud. Each kernel has contributed 2 electrons. The two electrons are present like this. So electron cloud is present like this. In this electron cloud, it is a delocalized electron cloud. In the delocalized electron cloud, kernels present. In the delocalized electron clouds, what is present means kernels present, we can say. So that kernels present like this. Now we will consider a delocalized electron cloud. We will consider. So delocalized electron cloud we said like this. Then we'll see kernels. Will say kernels present Fe2 plus ions present like this. Fe2 plus ions present like this. Fe2 plus ions take proper position. Fe2 plus ions take proper position in the lattice. Now this green color is nothing but what means delocalized electron cloud. That delocalized electron cloud, see, electron we are saying as a cloud. Okay, so the delocalized electron cloud is present like this. Delocalized electron cloud present like this. In the delocalized electron cloud, kernels present. So now which and all will have magnetic field, that we'll see. Which and all will have magnetic field, we'll see. Now we will take this Fe2 plus, particularly one Fe2 plus will take. Okay, so particularly one Fe2 plus will take. For this Fe2 plus, what is the configuration means? Argon 3d6. 3d6 in the sense 4 unpaired electrons are there. 4 unpaired electrons are there. Each unpaired electron is acting as tiny magnet. Okay, each unpaired electron is acting as tiny magnet. So 4 unpaired electrons means, let us substitute in this formula, mu is equal to n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton. So now substitute this unpaired electrons here. Number of unpaired electrons is called n. You substitute, you will get magnetic moment. So you got a magnetic moment of this Fe2 plus. So magnetic moment of this Fe2 plus you got. Okay. So magnetic moment of this Fe2 plus is 4 point something Bohr magneton. Magnetic moment of Fe2 plus is 4 point something. This is magnetic moment. Okay. Now this Fe2 plus is having magnetic moment. Even delocalized electron cloud also is having magnetic moment. Now we will consider a group of metal ions. We will consider. Suppose it is a group of metal ions. For this group of metal ions, it is a group of metal ions we considered. Okay, this group of metal ions is called what means domain. A group of metal ions is called what means domain, we can say. Now this metal ion alone is having magnetic field or not? This metal ion alone, if we take that is having magnetic moment or not? Magnetic moment is there because of unpaired electrons. Magnetic moment is there because of what means unpaired electrons. Okay, so this one metal ion, if you take one metal ion is having magnetic moment. One metal ion is having magnetic moment because of unpaired electrons. So this is having magnetic field. This is having magnetic field. It is acting like a tiny magnet. This Fe2 plus is acting like a tiny magnet. Tiny magnet in the sense it will have a dipole. It will have dipole. Dipole means one pole is north, another pole is south. One is north, another is south, like this. So that magnetic field direction is like this. Magnetic field direction is like this. So this Fe2 plus, if we take 4 unpaired electrons are there. So each unpaired electron is acting as a tiny magnet. That do you know? So now each unpaired electron, we will take one electron only. This electron alone will take. This electron is revolving around the nucleus. Revolving around the nucleus means charge is moving around the nucleus. Charge is moving in the sense that is called electrical energy. Charge is moving in the sense that is called electrical energy. Since it is moving, that is called mechanical energy. Mechanical energy we can say. Moving in the sense movement, mechanical energy we can say. So since the electron is moving around the nucleus, these two energies are there. Because of these two energies, third energy is created. That is what means magnetic field. As per Fleming's left hand rule, magnetic field. So magnetic field created in the sense this electron is a magnet. Magnetic field created means it is a magnet. So this is what means this is a tiny magnet. Electron is a tiny magnet. Tiny magnet means it is having dipole. Dipole in the sense what one is south pole, another one is north pole. So magnetic field direction is like this. So that one electron if you take, that act as a tiny magnet, we can say. Electron is a tiny magnet. Tiny magnet means that is having dipole, that is having like this. So that electron magnetic field direction is like this. Magnetic field direction of electron we have shown for one electron. Now if you take Fe2 plus, if you take Fe2 plus, if you take 4 unpaired electrons will be there. So due to unpaired electrons, Fe2 plus acting as a tiny magnet or not? Fe2 plus will act as a tiny magnet, no? Tiny magnet means it will have dipole, no? Dipole means it is having two poles, no? South pole, north pole. Then it will have magnetic field direction, isn't it? Then it will have magnetic field direction. So now we will take a group of metal ions. We will take a group of metal ions. A group of metal ions means that is a group of metal ions means that is a domain. A group of metal ions means that is called a domain. Now you say this domain will act as a magnet or not magnet. Will it act as a tiny magnet or not? Okay, it will act as a tiny magnet means it will have dipole or not. It is having dipole means one is south pole, another one is north pole. No, then it is having magnetic field or not. It is having magnetic field. So that one domain is like this many domains possible in the iron metal lattice. So in the iron metal lattice many domains will be there. Now we will see alignment of domains in the iron metal lattice. Alignment of domains in the iron metal lattice we will see. So how the alignment of domains in the metal lattice? Alignment of domains in the iron metal lattice. In the iron metal lattice, how it will be there, that you will see. So one domain alignment is like this. Next domain alignment is like this. This is called what? It is south pole, it is north pole, direction of magnetic field. So one domain alignment like this. Another domain alignment like this. Next domain alignment like this. Next domain alignment. 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 Like this, plenty of domains will be there in the iron metal lattice. Those domains aligned like this. Okay, you can take a iron metal lattice, you can take like this, domains will be arranged like this. So now we will see for all the domains, what is the net magnetic moment, that we'll see. Net magnetic moment we'll see. Suppose here we'll see this magnetic moment, and this magnetic moment will be added up because they are parallel. Then due to this this magnetic moment will be cancelled because of this magnetic moment. These two, if you take, magnetic moments will be added up. These two, if you take, magnetic moments will be cancelled with each other because it is upward direction, it is downward direction. They will be cancelled with each other. Yes or no? So now you say that because of like this alignments, because of like this iron alignments, net magnetic moment means some will be added up, some will be subtracted, like this. So net magnetic moment value, net magnetic moment in the sense, shall we say value, net magnetic moment will have some value, or net magnetic moment will be zero. What possibilities there do you say? So one possibility is zero is one possibility. Another possibility will be net magnetic moment, some value will be there. Because why some value will be there and zero will be there? Two possibilities in the sense, whether if net magnetic moment is having some value, then that will act as a magnet, magnet in the sense that will have dipole in the sense, for that south pole north pole magnetic field is there. If zero in the sense, there is no, it is not acting like a magnet, it is not acting like a magnet. Here no dipole, here dipole is not there, therefore south pole is not there, north pole is not there, like this magnetic field is not there, it is not there, magnetic field is not there, we can say. Sorry, now we will take what in the sense, now we will take a magnet, we will take, now we will take magnet. In the magnet, dipole will be there. One pole is one pole, we can say that south pole, one pole we can say that north pole. So your direction of magnetic field like this. Now if you bring magnet near to this one, if you bring magnet near to this one, what will happen means, here attraction will be there. If you bring magnet here, for this two poles are there, for magnet south pole north pole, that magnetic field direction we can say, here no dipole, then how we can say attraction? How we can say attraction here? How do we say attraction here? So will it attract magnet? Will it attract magnet? So now you say that here net magnetic moment. Net magnetic moment is there or not? How to say? With the help of external magnet we can say, or without external magnet we can say. Now you say. So here net magnetic moment is there or not? If net magnetic moment is there or not, how to know it? Here net magnetic moment is there or not? How to know it? By bringing external magnet, or simply saying. So by bringing external magnet. So bring external magnet. If it is attracting external magnet, then shall we say net magnetic moment is there? If it is not attracting external magnet, then shall we say net magnetic moment is not there? So what you have to do means bring external magnet. Bring external magnet. If attraction is there, then we can say net magnetic moment is present. If there is no attraction, then we can say net magnetic moment is zero, isn't it? So if the substance is attracting magnet, then we can say net magnetic moment is there. If substance is not attracting magnet, then we can say net magnetic moment is zero. Sir, attracting in the sense one possibility strong attraction, another possibility weak attraction. In the attraction magnitude also varied, no? If the attraction magnitude is high, strong we can say. If attraction magnitude is low, weak we can say. Now, if the strong attraction is there, how net magnetic moment will be there? If weak attraction is there, how net magnetic moment will be there? You think it. If strong attraction means, we can say net magnetic moment high. If weak attraction means, we can say net magnetic moment is low. Now, so if the net magnetic moment is high, if the substance is attracting magnet strongly, then that substance is called a ferromagnetic substance. If the substance is attracting external magnet weakly, then that substance is called a ferrimagnet. Then this substance is coming under what means antiferromagnetism. So that ferromagnetism, ferrimagnetism, antiferromagnetism, like this we are saying. Now we will take a ferromagnetic substance we will take. Now we will take a ferromagnetic substance we will take. In this ferromagnetic substance, domains will be arranged in a irregular order. Domains will be arranged like this. Domains will be arranged in a irregular order like this we can say. Now let us place this ferromagnetic substance in the external magnet we will place. Now we will place in the external magnet. Now what this external magnet will do? It will attract the domains. Suppose for the external magnet, the magnetic field direction is like this. It is the external magnetic field direction. Now it is attracting this one. So due to this external magnet, what will happen? So how to do this, that we will see. How to do this, that we will see. Now first we will take this ferromagnetic substance as a bar like this. As a bar like this we'll take. Now it is a bar like this. Now we have to take what means external magnet we have take. Take external magnet and keep here, and draw the external magnet like this. Draw the external magnet over this ferromagnetic substance like this. It is one time we drew external magnet over the ferromagnetic substance. Next time, now second time we are going. Second time keep the external magnet over this ferromagnetic substance and pull the external magnet like this, and the external magnet should be drew over this ferromagnetic substance like this. Okay, second time external magnet came over the ferromagnetic substance. Again you take the external magnet to the ferromagnetic substance over which you place it